Hello everyone, this is Danny from creatingawebstore.com, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to install WordPress via an FTP client. To start, simply go to wordpress.org and then simply download WordPress. Next, you will need to install an FTP client. If you already have your own FTP client, you can simply use that. If not, you can go to FileZilla-project.org to download a free FTP client. Then simply download your version and install FileZilla. Once you have installed FileZilla, simply open up the client. Then simply enter in your host. In my case, it's iSavePlaza.com. In your case, it might be an FTP URL. You will want to look into that prior to entering in the host. For the username and password, you likely created this information while setting up your account with your web host. If you haven't, your web host might have created this information for you automatically, and they may have sent that information to you via email. Once you have that information, simply enter in the information. And then click on Quick Connect. Now you will need to unarchive the downloaded WordPress file. Note that if you are using cPanel, you might as well install WordPress through the cPanel interface simply by clicking on the upload icon here and uploading the file in the archived format and then unarchiving once the file has been uploaded. That is actually better because it preserves folder permissions, but if you do not have cPanel, simply proceed with FileZilla by simply unarchiving WordPress. Once you have unarchived WordPress, simply go into FileZilla and locate the file. In my case, it's in Downloads, which is right here. And now I will simply look at my remote site and locate the folder which serves my site's files. In my case, it's public_HTML. In your case, it might be www or something else. You will want to look into that prior to uploading WordPress. And simply select that directory which serves your site's files. And then select your WordPress directory, which is located on your local computer. Note that if you upload this folder as is, people visiting your site will actually have to access your WordPress site by going to your domain /WordPress. Now, if you want your visitors to see your WordPress site the minute they go to your domain, you actually have to upload the files and folders from within the WordPress folder. So simply double click on the WordPress folder, and then you will see the folders from within that folder and the files from within that folder right here in this other window. So simply select all of these files and folders, right click, and then left click on Upload. And these files and folders are currently being transferred to the folder which serves your site's files, which is in my case public_HTML. While these files and folders upload, let's create our database. In my case, I will do this in cPanel. This of course depends on your server or your web host. So you will need to figure out how to create a database first. If you have cPanel, simply follow these steps. Then simply click on MySQL Database Wizard. Then simply enter in a database name, which in my case will be WordPress. Click Next. And here I will enter in WordPress once more. For the username, you can enter in a different username if you'd like. You can actually enter in any information that you'd like. For password, I will enter in my password. And I will click on Create User. And I will choose All Privileges. And now my database has been created, and my user has been created and added to that database. So now I will make sure to remember this information so I can enter it into the WordPress config file. So now you will want to go to the URL that you installed WordPress in, and you will want to enter the URL into your address bar and simply visit that site. Note that if you uploaded WordPress to a subfolder, you will want to go to your domain / that subfolder. For example, if the subfolder is WordPress, you would want to go to your domain / WordPress. And here on the installation wizard, you will get an error. It will tell you that a wp-config.php file is missing. So we need to create it. To create the file, simply click on Create a Configuration File. Note that you can even edit the wp-config-sample.php file manually and enter in this information, but it's actually easier to use the wizard. So let's use the wizard. So now you will need to have that database name, the database username, the database password, and the database host ready. We actually created the database name, username, and password earlier. So simply click on Let's Go. For database name, my name is actually isave_WordPress, and username is the same. And my password. And now for database host, I will enter in localhost. If you are using a host that is different from localhost, you will want to use that. So please look into it prior to entering in a database host. As for table prefix, you can use this table prefix or another. If you already have a WordPress installed in the same database, you will want to use a different prefix. And then simply click on Submit. And as you can see, if you entered all your information correctly, everything is fine. WordPress can communicate with your database. So simply click on the Run the Install button. Here, simply enter in a site title. In my case, it will be my domain name. For username, I will enter in a username. This is for your admin panel. And your email. And privacy, you will need to decide on whether you want to allow search engines to index your site. I won't, because this is a demo site. If yours is a live site, you'll want to check off this box. And then simply click on Install WordPress. And now simply log in. And my login has been successful, and now we will test to see whether we can upload images. First, let's look at our home page, and as you can see, I have the typical Hello World blog post. So I simply go to Posts, and I edit this post, and I try to upload an image. And as you can see, the image uploaded successfully. Now, if your image didn't upload successfully, simply go to where your WordPress installation is located. I will use cPanel so that you can see better what I'm doing. So as you can see, all my directories have 755 permissions. You will want to make sure that every single directory has 755 permissions. This includes all subdirectories as well. And you can do this in FileZilla by simply going to FileZilla and then locating your WordPress installation, and then simply right-clicking on each folder and left-clicking on File Permissions and simply change the numeric value to 755 and click OK. And if that doesn't work, try changing the permissions to 777. While WordPress doesn't recommend it, that's the only other way that I can think of solving the problem. So, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more videos, and also be sure to check out creatingawebstore.com.